Blind Love, A Billionaire's Test. A story by Africanstories. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel.
Sally Hartman stood by the large glass window of her penthouse, watching the city lights twinkle like scattered diamonds. She had it all: youth, beauty, wealth, and power. As the only daughter of billionaire industrialist Frederick Hartman, she had inherited not only his business empire but also the curse of loneliness. Love had betrayed her too many times. Daniel, the ambitious businessman, had charmed her only to demand access to her financial portfolio. Ryan, the struggling artist, had woven poetic lies while drowning in debt, expecting her to save him. Mike, the corporate executive, had been smooth, but his love evaporated the moment she refused to fund his lavish lifestyle. Jason, the investment banker, had been the worst. He proposed, made grand promises, and then fled when she refused to sign a prenuptial agreement favoring him. Each heartbreak had chipped away at her trust, leaving her skeptical and cold. The only person she still trusted was Cynthia, her best friend since childhood. Cynthia had been with her through it all, offering a shoulder to cry on after every betrayal. "Not all men are bad," Cynthia said one evening as they shared a bottle of wine. "You just need to find the right one." Sally sighed. "But how? How do I separate love from greed?" Cynthia twirled her wine glass, a sly smile on her lips. "Maybe you should try something different." "What do you mean?" "Test them." That was when Sally's idea took form. She would pretend to be blind. If a man truly loved her without seeing her wealth, then he was genuine. Cynthia's smile widened. "Actually, I know someone. His name is Elvis. He's perfect. Let me introduce you." Elvis was everything a woman could want: tall, handsome, gentle, and attentive. Unlike the others, he never flaunted wealth or hinted at financial struggles. He seemed content with simple things. From the first date, he treated her with care, guiding her as if she were truly blind. He never asked intrusive questions, never made her feel weak. He listened, laughed at her jokes, and made her feel seen, even in darkness. Days turned into weeks. For the first time in years, Sally felt safe. One evening, as they walked through the park, Elvis stopped and held her hand. "Sally, I don't care that you can't see. You're the most amazing woman I've ever met." Tears welled in her eyes. Had she finally found the one? Months passed, and Sally believed she had finally won her battle with love. When Elvis proposed, she was ready to say yes. Then fate intervened. That evening, she returned home earlier than planned. As she stepped into her bedroom, laughter floated through the air. Cynthia's laughter. Heart pounding, she pushed the door open. There, tangled in silk sheets, were Elvis and Cynthia. Sally staggered back, her breath stolen. Cynthia turned in shock, her face paling. Elvis sat up, eyes wide with panic. "Cynthia?" Sally's voice cracked. Cynthia grabbed the bedsheet to cover herself, but didn't bother to deny it. "Sally, Elvis cut in, voice shaking. "It's not what it looks like." Sally's gaze burned. "Then tell me what it is, Elvis. Tell me why the man I loved is in my bed with my best friend." Cynthia's expression turned cold. "Oh, please, Sally. You were never going to find real love. The only reason men come to you is because you're rich. Elvis and I just played along." The words cut deeper than any blade. Tears blurred Sally's vision, but she refused to break in front of them. Without another word, she turned and walked out. That night, as she lay awake, one thing became clear. Sally disappeared from the city the next morning. She left her wealth, her name, and her past behind, moving to a small town where no one knew her. She rented a modest one-room apartment in an old woman's house and adopted a new identity, Sarah, a poor blind girl. She dressed simply, carried a walking stick, and spoke softly. She found work at a small bookstore, where she memorized the placement of books and pretended to navigate by touch. For the first time, life was simple. Then she met David. David was a struggling mechanic with rough hands and a kind heart. He found Sally, now Sarah, struggling to cross a busy street and offered to help. "Thank you," she murmured. "No need to thank me. The world is already hard enough," he said. From then on, their paths kept crossing. He'd bring her food, fix broken things in her apartment, and sit with her at the bookstore, reading to her. One evening, as they sat outside, he admitted, "I don't know why, but I feel at peace when I'm with you." Sally's heart raced. She had spent her life surrounded by men who wanted her for what she had. But David? He wanted nothing except to be close to her. For the first time, she let herself believe in love. Months later, Sally fell ill. Fever consumed her, and David rushed her to the hospital. There, everything unraveled. The doctor greeted her with a wide smile. "Miss Hartman. It's been a while." David frowned. "Hartman?" Panic clawed at Sally's chest. The doctor continued, oblivious. "Your father called earlier, he's worried about you." David turned to her, confusion clouding his eyes. "You're Sally Hartman? The billionaire?" Sally swallowed hard. "David, I can explain." He stepped back. "You've been lying to me this whole time?" Tears welled up. "I had to. Every man I ever loved used me for money. I needed to know if someone could love me without it." David was silent for a long time. Then, finally, he whispered, "And did you?" Sally's voice broke. "Yes." His expression softened. "Then that's all that matters." Relief washed over her. David stepped forward, cupping her face. "I don't care about your money, Sarah, or Sally, or whoever you are. I love the woman who sat with me at the bookstore. The woman who laughed with me at the park. The woman who made me feel like I mattered." Sally's heart swelled. For the first time in her life, she had finally found real love. And this time, she wasn't letting it go. Once Sally revealed her true identity, David struggled to adjust. He had always been independent, and now he was in love with one of the wealthiest women in the country. But Sally proved that she didn't want to change who he was, only to help him achieve his dreams. She funded his dream of opening a state-of-the-art auto repair business, providing jobs for other struggling mechanics. Within a year, David's workshop became one of the best in the state. He transformed from a struggling mechanic into a successful entrepreneur, but he remained the same humble and hard-working man. Sally, too, found purpose in love rather than wealth. She started a foundation for visually impaired children, using her experience to advocate for those in need. Their love wasn't built on money, but on trust, growth, and genuine care. David and Sally had the wedding of a lifetime, an extravagant celebration attended by dignitaries, celebrities, and business tycoons. It was a grand affair, but its most beautiful moment was when David whispered to her, "I would have married you in a small backyard wedding, as long as it was with you." They moved into a beautiful mansion by the countryside, away from the chaos of the city. Years later, their love deepened as they welcomed 2 children, a son and a daughter. David, once a struggling mechanic, was now a successful businessman. Sally, once a lonely heiress, was now a fulfilled wife and mother. They had everything, but most importantly, they had each other. Morals of the story. 1. True love is about the heart, not wealth. Sally's story proves that real love is not based on riches, but on genuine connection. 2. Betrayal often comes from those closest to us. Cynthia's betrayal teaches us to be cautious with trust. 3. Never let past pain define your future. Sally could have become bitter after being deceived, but instead, she chose to seek love differently. 4. Love should be about growth. Sally didn't just marry David, she helped him grow into the best version of himself, proving that real love elevates both partners. 5. Money is not the enemy, but character matters more. David didn't become greedy after discovering Sally's wealth, instead, he remained true to himself.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. I love you.